I'm Yvonne McRostie and I'm the Presbytery Minister for the Presbytery of the Downs. We have been the beneficiaries of bequests here in the Downs for over 40 years from the generosity of a family who left their property to benefit the church. And we have been able to share that gift right across the Synod, but particularly within our churches here in the Downs. Each of our congregations has benefited. The bequest was invested when it first happened about 40 years ago, and we've been able to use the interest of that bequest to have grants for congregations who have a vision and a mission.
I think it started when Mr. Wagner passed away, and he owned 2 properties here, and from what I remember seeing a will many years ago, I think he left it to the Methodist Church here in Pittsworth, and the Methodist Church was sort of combined here with the Presbyterians at the time. The 2 properties were later sold, and I think the gross was about $1.6 million. Eventually it ended up in the Uniting Church hands. Still there today from the 1980s to 2022, and it's still just almost $1 million.
The distributions were first started. The process was that there was a small committee each year that was made up of parish representatives and presbytery representatives, and a couple of people would come up from Synod. Congregations, organisations were invited to apply for grants, and the rest of the interest was distributed each year over a huge variety of places. And we've distributed over $3 million with money from the fund. There was a second manse bought here, and that was later given to Blue Care, and that's the Blue Care office in the town. We gave Oakey congregations $40,000 to help them redevelop their property.
A lot of South East Queensland got some form of projector equipment.
Their first data projector through the fund.
Yeah.
Frank has a list.
Yeah, well, I have a list there from 1983 through, and it opens out. You've got to go right through it to pick it up, but
I'd say there's 70 or 80 names on that list.
yeah,
The majority of it has been in the church, but some of them have been community projects. I think from our experience it can be a tremendous benefit to a lot of people. It can be used across the church, outside the church, in the community. I would encourage people to do it if they had the money, if they were in a position to make a bequest to the church. I mean, ours was received with no stipulations at all, which gave tremendous freedom but responsibility as well to use it wisely. But we took seriously looking at those applications and
oh yes, yeah.
and distributing funds to various areas of the church.
So in my role, I get to see right across this presbytery what could happen if we had bequests given in the name of the Uniting Church, and they would benefit the communities that really need the support of the Christian church. And each of our communities in their own way has a different need, from mental health issues, from suicide prevention programs, and regional and remote isolation issues that happen right across our presbytery and right across this region, would all benefit from the gift of a bequest given in the name of the Uniting Church. So if you are thinking about how you might prepare your will, maybe you could think about a bequest to the Uniting Church.